Time out for night court. Southwest Airlines facing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit tonight over an instance of enforcing the federal mask mandate. A Florida woman claims she was removed from her flight before takeoff for pulling down her mask repeatedly to drink water. She says she's got a heart condition and low blood sugar. While Southwest does offer medical exemptions, when the woman offered to show her exemption card, she claims a flight attendant told her, quote, "We don't care." So, time to let tonight's arguments take off with criminal defense attorneys Molly Palmer and Bob Bianchi. Thank you both for being with us. I will kick this off with Exhibit A. This is from the complaint. She says the plaintiff suffered hyperventilation, anxiety that resulted in a panic attack, loss of consciousness, and continues to suffer sleeplessness, anxiety, and deep sadness that can be characterized as depression. Defendant's actions described herein were unconscionable and are not to be tolerated in a civilized society. Molly, they say she didn't get her luggage back, she didn't get a refund, she just got kicked off the plane.
Well, you know, does all of that amount to her demand of $10 million for her pain and suffering? I'm going to have to say no. It seems to be a little bit frivolous to demand such a huge amount of money for having this type of discomfort and then having to be removed from the plane and then subsequently book a flight with another airline. I think that this is an example of an overly litigious complaint.
Okay, that takes us to Exhibit B. This is from the New York Post. It says a Southwest spokesperson told the Post the company had no comment about the lawsuit, but the rep said in an email that the carrier has a federal mask mandate requiring that a qualifying mask be worn throughout travel. We share inboard, onboard announcements that these coverings may be briefly lowered for a sip of beverage or to take a bite of snack. They say, listen, these are the rules. We're just enforcing them. Bob.
You know, when I was first reading this, I was kind of on Molly's side with this, but then I started looking at the facts as alleged in the complaint. The woman expressed to the agent that took the money, and boy, they take that money real quick when they want to put it in their coffers, that she had these medical conditions. She was on the plane, she was sipping the water that was given to her, but apparently this attendant didn't think she was putting the mask on fast enough or not. But here's the thing, they're responsible for setting up the rules. The woman has serious medical conditions. An actual person came back from the administration, talked to her and said, no, she can stay on the plane. She went to continue to sip the water again, and then they eventually kicked her off. But, you know, the thing that I think is really going to be, and I agree, $10 million is going to be way too much here, but that doesn't mean they're not going to win the lawsuit and get money. When she got put off that plane with all of her conditions that she had, she took her mask off in front of the police, and she was literally gushing blood, according to the complaint, out of her mask. You know, Shannon, we need to use the rule of reason when we're dealing with people. And this woman clearly had a medical condition, and they failed to accommodate it.
So the CEO of Southwest, you guys might remember this, was on Capitol Hill not long ago before the Senate Commerce and Science Transportation Committee, December 15th, said, I think the case is very strong that masks don't add much, if anything, in the air cabin environment. It's very safe. It's very high quality compared to any other indoor setting. And we've heard about the filters and all kinds of things that are on the planes. That's from the CEO of this particular airline. I will give you both 15 seconds to make a closing argument. Molly, then Bob.
Well, that CEO literally 2 days later tested positive for COVID himself. And while we do know that planes have a good filtration system, it doesn't account for somebody with a heavy viral load who has particles coming out of their mouth before it hits the filtration system. And so what Southwest was doing was merely protecting other passengers.
Bob?
Yeah, I mean, wearing the mask is going to obviously be an additional layer of protection. I'm surprised the CEO would say it, to the point that he got COVID. We don't know if it was on a plane or it wasn't on a plane. But people have to, again, use the rule of reason, Shannon, with this and try to make accommodations. And can we all just get along and try to do the right thing?
I wish we could. I wish we could. Bob and Molly, thank you both very much. See you soon.
Thank you, Shannon.